I so I just got done picking up a customer's consoles for me to fix. They're right here. It's PlayStation 2 and 3. They both look really dirty, but they want me. He wants me to fix it up for his grandkids. But that's not the point of this video. So yeah, I wanted to talk about iPad kids. And it's just been like on my mind a little bit recently. I've been like kind of off and on. But yeah, iPad kids are like a different breed now. And I like how it's now labeled as iPad kid. I thought like, whenever I was thinking like, oh, there's a kid with an iPad, haha, I'm just gonna like think in my head, iPad kid. But now it's just become so much more common for you to look around and you see a little kid with an iPad. And I don't really agree with that, and it seems to me that a lot of other people don't agree with it too. But the reason that I don't agree with it is because kids don't need to be raised by a tablet. I like, it's a problem now where parents don't want to be a parent, and they'll just give their kid an iPad, and the iPad will parent them. But a human parenting versus an iPad or a tablet or whatever parenting is totally different. An iPad doesn't get onto your kid whenever they're getting themselves into trouble. And yeah, it's just been like such a big issue. And a lot of the times that I see these kids turn out to be horrible. They become brats. And it's bad because kids are getting used to, they're starting to get used to these iPads. They're used to playing on them. They're used to like playing these games. And even worse, these kids are on YouTube. Or not even just YouTube, but like the internet in general. The internet contains billions upon billions of websites and images, and anything you can ever imagine is on the internet. People's personal lives are on the internet. But yeah, so the kids shouldn't be like, they shouldn't be exposed to the internet so young. I mean, there's no stopping someone being able to access the internet unless you are like abandoning society and you are living in the woods. Then yeah, technology, or really not technology, but internet is not going to be possible. My phone was about to die too. That's cool. But yeah, so there's no stopping somebody from getting onto the internet, or at least seeing the internet. You could have friends that get on the internet. You could go into town, walk into a McDonald's, and there's internet right there. And so these kids, they're gonna be exposed to a lot of stuff they shouldn't be exposed to, and even if those kids, like, they're not getting on the internet because their parents block the internet on there, they're going to be playing these games. I mean, other than maybe like reading a book, which how many iPad kids do you see reading a book? They're going to be playing these games, and games are fun. I like to play games. I even work on video game consoles. That's like my business. But kids, like, they'll be playing these games and they'll want to continue playing these games, and as soon as the parents like, okay, it's time for me to be a parent now, I choose whenever I want to be a parent, they'll take away the iPad, and these kids will throw tantrums. I have seen countless times. I'll be like in a nice restaurant or something, like with my girlfriend or my family, and I'll see somebody be like, all right, well, it's time to eat, and they'll take away the iPad from the kid, and I was about to say the iPad kid, but the kid will scream and throw a tantrum and cry and interrupt everybody else's time, all because there was a tablet taken away from them. And even like Olive Garden is bad about this. And it's not just Olive Garden. It could be like, I think Red Lobster does this. but they have like these little tablets where you can they're already on a table where you can pay your bill right there, which whatever, I'm not going into that, but there's even games on there, and kids are going to want to play these games. And I think like even then you can tap like a game on accident if you're just trying to scroll through or whatever, or trying to pay your bill, and you'll accidentally tap a game, and then it'll show up on your bill, hey, you played a game, now you have to pay us. But anyway, I should stop talking about the freaking tablets at the restaurant tables. But yeah, anyway, so they'll sit there and cry and throw a tantrum and ruin everybody else's day or everybody else's time at the restaurant. And then there's a cop right there. I should probably put down my phone. Alright, then we're in the clear. But yeah, so it's just become such a common thing now that is such a problem, and a lot of other people also see my view like, hey, yeah, maybe you're right, this is a problem, but me complaining about it isn't going to do anything, because me saying, hey, this is a problem, and everybody else saying, hey, this is a problem, nobody's going to change that. There's always going to be somebody going to do something anyways. If everybody was like, we should all stop giving our kids iPads, there's always going to be somebody. And it's just like these little protests that a lot of people are doing. We need to stop this. We need to stop saying this. We need to be more accepting of this. There's going to be somebody that is not going to do what you say, or what your group says, or anything that's like, we need to change how we do things. There's going to be somebody that's not going to do that. So yeah, I mean, the iPad kids, it's a problem, and it's going to continue to be a problem, and it's so bad that nowadays everybody wants to be on a phone or a tablet and not enjoy life. Like, and what I mean by that is nobody wants to go inside anymore. And it's not even just kids. It's like adults, teenagers that will be inside all day playing on a computer. And of course, if you're like working from home and you're actually making like an income and like your work is inside, then whatever. I do like to go outside, believe it or not. But yeah, I do like to go outside, and iPad kids, they'll sit there and play on their games and not make interactions with other people. You can meet millions and millions of people, or not really, like hundreds of people, and they can't do that because they're on their iPad. They're too busy on their iPad. Take a shot every time I said iPad, you'd probably die. But kids, they're not going to meet other people in real life and play on a playground or grab a stick and pretend it's a gun or a sword or whatever. Go outside and play pretend, have a life, and like enjoy your time on this earth while you still have it. But that's just not the case, and it's just continuing to be worse. But yeah, that's my take on it. That's about it.